Australia, officially the Commonwealth of Australia, is a sovereign country comprising the mainland of the Australian continent, the island of Tasmania, and numerous smaller islands. Australia is the largest country by area in Oceania and the world's sixth largest country. Australia is the oldest, flattest, and driest inhabited continent. Indigenous Australians have inhabited the continent for approximately 65,000 years. Here is a list of top 10 places to visit in Australia. Number 10. Cairns. Cairns is a city in Queensland, on the tropical northeast coast of far north Queensland. The city was founded in 1876 and named after Sir William Wellington Cairns, following the discovery of gold in the Hodgkinson River. Throughout the late 19th century, Cairns prospered from the settlement of Chinese immigrants who helped develop the region's agriculture. Cairns is a popular tourist destination because of its tropical climate and access to tropical rainforest and the Great Barrier Reef, one of the 7 natural wonders of the world. Tourism plays a major part in the Cairns economy. According to Tourism Australia, the Cairns region is the 4th most popular destination for international tourists in Australia after Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane. The city is near the Great Barrier Reef, the wet tropics of Queensland, and the Atherton Tableland. Great Barrier Reef tours that operate from Cairns are very popular, and hence Cairns is also considered as the gateway to Great Barrier Reef. Number 9. Adelaide. Adelaide is the capital city of South Australia, the state's largest city and the 5th most populous city of Australia. Adelaide is situated on the Adelaide Plains north of the Fleurieu Peninsula, between the Gulf St. Vincent in the west and the Mount Lofty Ranges in the east. Adelaide is known by its many festivals and sporting events, its food and wine, its coastline and hills, and its large defence and manufacturing sectors. Adelaide's quality of life has ranked consistently highly in various measures through the 21st century, at one stage being named Australia's most livable city. As South Australia's government and commercial centre, Adelaide is the site of many governmental and financial institutions. Most of these are concentrated in the city centre along the cultural boulevards of North Terrace and King William Street. Number 8. Tasmania. Tasmania is an island state of Australia. It is located 240 kilometres, 150 miles, to the south of the Australian mainland, separated from it by the Bass Strait. The island was initially part of the colony of New South Wales but became a separate colony under the name Van Diemen's Land, named after Anthony Van Diemen, in 1825. Today, Tasmania has the 2nd smallest economy of the Australian states and territories, which is significantly formed of tourism, agriculture and aquaculture, education and healthcare. Tasmania is a significant agricultural exporter, as well as a significant destination for ecotourism. About 42% of its land area, including national parks and World Heritage Sites, 21%, is protected in some form of reserve. The first environmental political party in the world was founded in Tasmania. Tasmania is in the shape of a downward-facing triangle, likened to a shield, heart, or face. Tasmania features a high concentration of waterfalls. These can be found in small creeks, alpine streams, rapid rivers, or off precipitous plunges. Some of the tallest waterfalls are found on mountain massifs, sometimes at a 200-meter cascade. Number 7. Perth. Perth is the capital and largest city of the Australian state of Western Australia. It is the fourth most populous city in Australia and Oceania, with a population of 2.1 million, 80% of the state, living in Greater Perth in 2020. Perth contains a number of important public buildings as well as various historic sites. All 5 of Western Australia's universities are based in Perth. The city has been ranked as one of the world's most livable cities, and was classified by the Globalization and World Cities Research Network in 2020 as a Beta Global City. Tourism is an important part of Perth's economy, with approximately 2.8 million domestic visitors and 0.7 million international visitors in the year ending March 2012. Tourist attractions are generally focused around the city centre, Fremantle, the coast, and the Swan River. In addition to the Perth Cultural Centre, there are dozens of museums across the city. Number 6. Brisbane. Brisbane is the capital and most populous city of the Australian state of Queensland, and the third most populous city in Australia and Oceania, with a population of approximately 2.6 million. Brisbane lies at the centre of the southeast Queensland metropolitan region. Brisbane is classified as a global city, and is a centre of research and innovation in the Asia-Pacific, with strengths in medicine and biotechnology. A transport hub, Brisbane is served by large rail, bus, and ferry networks, as well as Brisbane Airport and Australia's third largest seaport. Brisbane is a popular tourist destination. Major landmarks and attractions include South Bank Parklands, the City Botanic Gardens, King George Square and City Hall, the Story Bridge, the Mount Coot-Tha Botanic Gardens and Lookout and the Lone Pine Koala Sanctuary. Number 5. Kakadu National Park. Kakadu National Park is a protected area in the Northern Territory of Australia, 171 kilometres, 106 miles, southeast of Darwin. It is a World Heritage Site. Kakadu is also gazetted as a locality, covering the same area as the national park. The park is located within the Alligator Rivers region of the Northern Territory. Kakadu National Park is a major tourist attraction in Australia's north. Visitation numbers in 2005 were 202,000. Kakadu's dramatic landscape, Aboriginal cultural significance and diverse and abundant wildlife are what visitors are drawn to. There are many beautiful waterfalls and gorges within the park that are popular with visitors, such as Maguk, Gunlam Falls, Twin Falls and Jim Jim Falls. Kakadu National Park has some of the best examples of Aboriginal rock art in Australia. The sites of Nurlangi and Yubir are among the most visited locations in the park. It is possible to view some of Kakadu's diverse wildlife at places like Yellow Water Billabong, Coanda on board a wildlife cruise or at Mamukala Wetlands or Anbang Bang Billabong. The Kakadu region is one of the world's best for bird watching as approximately 30% of Australia's bird species can be seen here. Number 4. Melbourne. Melbourne is the capital and most populous city of the Australian state of Victoria, and the second most populous city in both Australia and Oceania. The area of Melbourne has been home to Aboriginal peoples for over 40,000 years and serves as an important meeting place for local Kulin Nation clans. Melbourne is home to many of Australia's best-known landmarks, such as the Melbourne Cricket Ground, the National Gallery of Victoria and the World Heritage listed Royal Exhibition Building. Melbourne is the second most visited city in Australia and the 73rd most visited city in the world. In 2018, 10.8 million domestic overnight tourists and 2.9 million international overnight tourists visited Melbourne. The most visited attractions are Federation Square, Queen Victoria Market, Crown Casino, South Bank, Melbourne Zoo, Melbourne Aquarium, Docklands, National Gallery of Victoria, Melbourne Museum, Melbourne Observation Deck, Arts Centre Melbourne, and the Melbourne Cricket Ground. Number 3. Great Barrier Reef. The Great Barrier Reef is the world's largest coral reef system composed of over 2,900 individual reefs and 900 islands stretching for over 2,300. The reef is located in the Coral Sea, off the coast of Queensland, Australia. The Great Barrier Reef can be seen from outer space and is the world's biggest single structure made by living organisms. This reef structure is composed of and built by billions of tiny organisms, known as coral polyps. A large part of the reef is protected by the Great Barrier Reef Marine Park, which helps to limit the impact of human use, such as fishing and tourism. The Great Barrier Reef has long been known to and used by the Aboriginal Australian and Torres Strait Islander peoples. Due to its vast biodiversity, warm clear waters and accessibility from the tourist boats, the reef is a very popular destination, especially for scuba divers. Approximately 2 million people visit the Great Barrier Reef each year. The Great Barrier Reef Marine Park Authority has also placed many permanent anchorage points around the general use areas. Number 2. Uluru-Kata National Park. Uluru-Kata National Park is a protected area in the Northern Territory of Australia. The park is home to both Uluru and Kata Tjuta. It is located 1,943 kilometers south of Darwin by road and 440 kilometers southwest of Alice Springs along the Stewart and Lassiter highways. The park covers 1,326 square kilometers and includes the features it is named after, Uluru and, 40 kilometers to its west, Kata Tjuta. The location is listed as a World Heritage Site for Natural and Cultural Landscape. Since the park was listed as a World Heritage Site, annual visitor numbers have risen to over 400,000 visitors in the year 2000. Increased tourism provides regional and national economic benefits. It also presents an ongoing challenge to balance conservation of cultural values and visitor needs. There are a number of sightseeing and cultural tours to Uluru that offer walks that visitors can take around the major attractions of the park. The Base Walk is one of the best ways to see Uluru. Other walks surrounding Uluru include the Lyra Walk, Mela Walk, and Kuniya Walk, while the sunrise and sunset viewing areas provide great photo opportunities. Number 1. Sydney. Sydney is the capital city of the state of New South Wales, and the most populous city in both Australia and Oceania. Located on Australia's east coast, the metropolis surrounds Sydney Harbour and extends about 70 kilometres, 43.5 miles, on its periphery towards the Blue Mountains to the west, Hawkesbury to the north, the Royal National Park to the south and MacArthur to the southwest. Sydney has hosted major international sporting events such as the 2000 Summer Olympics. The city is among the top 15 most visited cities in the world, with millions of tourists coming each year to see the city's landmarks. Its notable natural features include Sydney Harbour and Royal National Park. Built attractions such as the Sydney Harbour Bridge and the World Heritage-listed Sydney Opera House are also well known to international visitors. Central Station is the hub of Sydney's rail network, and the main passenger airport serving the city is Kingsford Smith Airport, one of the world's oldest continually operating airports. Sydney is a gateway to Australia for many international visitors. The tourism industry contributes $36 million to the city's economy per day. Popular destinations include the Sydney Opera House, the Sydney Harbour Bridge, Watsons Bay, the Rocks, Sydney Tower, Darling Harbour, the State Library of New South Wales, the Royal Botanic Garden, the Australian Museum, the Museum of Contemporary Art, the Art Gallery of New South Wales, the Queen Victoria Building, Sea Life Sydney Aquarium, Taronga Zoo, Bondi Beach, and Sydney Olympic Park.
That's all for now. Don't forget to subscribe our channel and hit the bell icon to watch our upcoming videos.